Finn Balor lifting up Rollins, driving the back of his head in the mat, and hang on a second. AJ Styles, Finn Balor tells him, get him the hell out of here. Rollins tossed over the top, and Styles is here to celebrate with the champ. And the Balor Club stand tall yet again for another night. They just keep on getting better and better, these guys. And wait a second! AJ Styles is clotheslining Balor. Has he made his decision? AJ Styles celebrates now. And hang on, he's calling for someone. I think he might be calling for the club. But Balor though, Balor's not giving up yet. Balor, who's just been through war, trying to fight off Styles, and here comes Anderson. What the hell? The Balor Club have turned on Finn Balor. Forget about Balor Club, I think it might just be the club now, the Styles Club, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are coming off the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and check it out. The link will be in the description down below. Tonight on Raw, what a main event we have for you. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles, the man who will challenge Finn Balor for the WWE Championship. As you saw a moment ago, Balor and Styles now are enemies and will meet at WrestleMania. What a match that's going to be. First up, Apollo Crews will go one-on-one with Rusev on today's episode of Raw. Naomi will go one-on-one with Sasha Banks. The Vaudevillains will get a bounce back after their loss at the Chamber. They're coming up against the Golden Truth. And we also have a singles matchup between none other than Sheamus and Kalisto. Should be a good contest between those two superstars. And, well, after their attack on the Usos at the Chamber, Gallows and Anderson, well, are they the club, the Balor Club, who knows? They're up against the Usos. And that main event match we told you guys about a moment ago. Rollins versus Styles. Gallows and Anderson will be in Styles' corner, so that is certainly very interesting, as we saw Gallows and Anderson lending a helping hand at the Chamber for Styles. Rusev gets the win over Apollo Crews. Sasha Banks gets the victory over Naomi. The Vaudevillains versus the Golden Truth. It is going to be the Vaudevillains getting a nice victory over the Golden Truth. Sheamus versus Kalisto one-on-one. Sheamus gets the win. Move on to our tag team matchup. Our opening contest tonight will be the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, the Usos. They'll be up against Gallows and Anderson. So the Usos successfully defended their championships at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, but it was after the match. We'll take you back right now to what exactly happened here. It was Gallows and Anderson who attacked and blindsided the Usos from behind after the Usos were celebrating their victory. Gallows and Anderson struck, and the Usos were left laid out by, well, as I said a moment ago, are they still the club? Is it just Gallows and Anderson now? We don't even really know this situation. We're going to hear from AJ Styles later on regarding the situation, but yes, right now it is the Usos who are looking for some revenge after the attack at the Chamber. They'll be facing Gallows and Anderson here tonight. The Usos had a pretty impressive victory over the Vaudevillains. I think really kind of established themselves as certainly the team to beat here on Monday Night Raw. Gallows and Anderson, though, they have kind of talked themselves up for months now, stating how good they truly are, and they believe that, well, they are the best team, and they've been the best team for a long time now, but they've never had their opportunity for the championships. Now, they want their shot, and they want to prove that they are indeed the #1 team. So, Gallows and Anderson, it looks as though they've now sided with AJ Styles rather than Finn Balor, and here's a good start here for Jey Uso. Well, looks like Gallows tried to run after Jey and get the jump start on him, but it was a nice Samoan drop there by Jey, and a good start here now, hooking the arms and plants him down as well. So a strong start here for the Usos. So for Gallows and Anderson, look, they've been obviously very, very good for a long period of time ever since they arrived at SummerSlam. They've been very dominant. Yes, a few hurdles along the way, but they've got the job done. Well, for at the time, their leader, Finn Balor for the Balor Club, they got the job done. They've always been the go-to guys who, you know, can beat up anyone in their way. They will get the job done if they have to. But, you know, they just started to kind of feel as though they were losing their way just a little bit. and they decided to head back to Japan for a couple of months. That's why we haven't seen them up until last week when they returned. They went back to Japan just to kind of, I suppose, refine their roots again, kind of find out, rediscover what makes them such a good team. And they had so much success in Japan, they wanted to head back there and just kind of, emulate that success and go back there, get the wins under their belt, and head back here to the WWE and try and prove themselves once again here on Raw. So they've done that, they've moved back here to the US after a couple months stint away, and they're ready to go. They're ready to go. They've now rejoined the club, but rather than Finn Balor being the leader, it looks as though AJ Styles is now the leader. And we saw AJ Styles conversing with both Gallows and Anderson over the past couple of weeks, and basically just kind of, talking backstage, obviously trying to plot and plan what he wanted to do with them and what his ideas were, and obviously he was able to convince them to join up with Styles rather than remain with Finn Balor. So Finn Balor right now, as far as we know, he will not be here tonight, Finn Balor. He is currently recovering after his match at the Elimination Chamber where he went through hell. He won the Elimination Chamber, somehow survived it, and then obviously got beat up after the match by AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. He is not in a good way at all, not 100% at all, but should be fine for WrestleMania, but he will not be here tonight. So that's something that I guess Gallows and Anderson can kind of rest easy about. These two guys won't have to worry about Finn Balor, as now Luke Gallows enters the ring. And Jay trying to line him up for a big shot, but Gallows back in. Anderson kind of steadied the ship here and kind of got things back on track for the club. Well, or Gallows and Anderson. I'm still going to probably call it the club, I suppose. I just got to get used to the what's happened. I just still can't believe that Finn Balor was taken out by Gallows and Anderson and Styles. We probably saw a bit of an inkling. Maybe Styles will turn his back on, Finn Balor. We probably thought maybe it could happen, but I didn't think for a second that Gallows and Anderson would join Styles with him. Gallows and Anderson seems as though they were very loyal to Finn Balor, and AJ Styles was kind of like the sidekick to Balor. He was kind of the second in charge. I didn't think for a second there'd be a bit of a mutiny, and Gallows and Anderson would jump ship and join up with AJ Styles instead of Finn Balor. It's now Gallows. Head first down goes Jay, who needs to get a tag in my opinion. He's been in there for quite some time. Here's the hook the leg. Still can't get him the win though. So for Gallows and Anderson, it's important they come back here and make a big statement in their first match back. Obviously attacking the Usos after that championship match. Made a statement of their own right there, but they were looking to kind of follow it up with a big victory here tonight. That's exactly what they have to do. Keep on getting the wins, keep on impressing, and keep on proving themselves. As now Anderson back in the ring now. Jay's been isolated here for quite some time. This has been good strategy, good teamwork here by Gallows and Anderson. Anderson, though, he's going to try and counter this, and he does. He pulls the arm of Jay down, takes him off his feet, and another right hand to follow it up. Anderson has Jay against the ropes, and these big strikes here by Carl Anderson. Anderson, a future star in my opinion. He has a lot of great tools to his disposal, and now has Jay up with a sit-out powerbomb. Could be it there for Jey Uso if he's not careful. Jimmy needs to get in here and just break this up, do something. Now Anderson looking to go up the top of the rope here. Here comes Carl Anderson. He wants Jay to get back up though. Perhaps not all that confident to fly. And oh, what about that? A flying neck breaker there. He jumped off the top, grabbed a hold of Jay's head, turned into a neck breaker. That was beautifully executed now. And Gallows thinks he may have him here. Jimmy's coming into the ring, wants to try and break it up, but it won't matter because Jay will kick out. Luckily enough there for the Usos. A loss here tonight could mean they'll face Gallows and Anderson at, well, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania, which is coming to you next here on Universe Mode. WrestleMania is our next pay-per-view. And also, ladies and gentlemen, in the description down below, the SLAMMY Awards nomination thread, and you can nominate for all the various different awards that are on offer. Is a big shot there by Jey Uso. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official at WrestleMania. Bill Goldberg will go one-on-one with John Cena. Goldberg attacks Cena at the Elimination Chamber, cost him a chance to really compete at his fullest capacity in the Chamber match. Cena wants revenge. Goldberg wants revenge. Two men will meet at WrestleMania one-on-one. The legend Goldberg, he wants to come back for one more big WrestleMania match. He's not going to get the main event that he wanted, but he will get the man that he wants. It is John Cena versus Goldberg. Let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think is going to win this monumental match at the 3rd ever WrestleMania right here on BrendenPlayz. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Monday Night Raw, and currently right now, it is Gallows Anderson in there with Jimmy Uso. They finally got the tag during the commercial break, as now Anderson has, Uso up, takes him down. Landing him down there as he had him up, and that's really going to put the pressure here on Jimmy Uso. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Cena versus Goldberg. What a match that is going to be. That's obviously kind of sparked around the Royal Rumble, and now obviously Goldberg showing up at the Elimination Chamber, calling out Cena, struck him with a spear and a jackhammer in the pre-show. That was huge, and Cena obviously could not compete at 100%, and Cena couldn't win because of it. Cena was out pretty early, didn't have a great performance, I think pretty much because of Goldberg's attack earlier on. Now Jimmy sent over the top rope now by Luke Gallows, who now look to follow it up here. So he's going to line up Jimmy, not going to try and attack him or anything like that, is he? No, he's going to go on the apron with them. What's he got planned now? Luke Gallows just watching on, just carefully watching, and Jimmy scouted him out. He was prepared. And Jimmy now stomping away as he's got a hold of Gallows. Gallows, though, sweeps him off his feet. So the club, Gallows and Anderson, want to make the most out of this opportunity they've got here. A chance to finally get themselves a tag team title shot. They have been waiting and waiting and waiting. Been a part of some great tag team matches already here in Universe mode. Of course, the Hell in a Cell match between Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And of course, who could forget the Survivor Series 6-man elimination tag team gauntlet match, where Gallows and Anderson were involved in a victory there. So Gallows now gets Jimmy up, going to get him back in the ring. Count of 7. A count-out victory wouldn't exactly do them all that many favors here. They would love to get a pinfall win over the Usos, who have been on a great roller. The Usos have been performing at their absolute best, and they keep on beating the top teams here. Perhaps only the American Alpha is the only team that really could trouble them. Look out! Magic Killer! Magic Killer there by Gallows and Anderson. Surely that's going to be it. But the cover, they didn't go for it. Now the running knee strike right there to Jimmy. And surely, if they could go for the cover, that could be it. But they're not going for it. I'm not sure about the strategy here. Not sure what they're trying to do. Gallows and Anderson, 2 big moves. Thought they could have had Jimmy beat right there. You can see the blood. He was cut open during the ad break. And, well, it's been all Gallows and Anderson ever since the commercial. But now a tag could be about to be made. It is. It's a big one. Things are not looking good at all for the Usos. Now he's got him lined up. Here comes Jay with that running strike into the corner. Jimmy Uso getting out of there just in the nick of time. The cover now. Gallows won't be able to get there, but Anderson does kick out. We saw the Magic Killer a moment ago. Surely that was going to be it for Gallows and Anderson. They could have had Jimmy beat, but they didn't go for the cover. Meanwhile, Jay, he's about to go off the top of the rope here. And he wants Anderson to get up, calling for him to get up. Anderson obliges. He's slowly back to his feet. Jay now corkscrewing with the elbow there. Down goes Anderson. Jimmy and Jay would love this win to perhaps take Gallows and Anderson out of contention. And speaking of blood, that kick to the face there has just sliced open the head of Anderson as well. You see the blood on Jimmy. That was all dealt by some big knees there earlier on. As now the momentum continues to favor the Usos. Will it though? He swept up his feet. Anderson caught the leg. The boot trying to attack Anderson. He got a hold of it, sweeping Jay off his feet. And now he's stomping away, trying to take this match for his team. Big chance now for Gallows Anderson, but Jimmy and Jay are not giving up. Jimmy's going to try and get in here and stop Gallows, but Gallows didn't even bother to try and get in there. Jimmy was in there just in case. Now the double team as well by the Usos. The referee not exactly thrilled about that. And a big shot to the back there of Anderson by Jay. And Jay just continuing to try and wear down Anderson. Obviously, they probably see Anderson as the weak link between the two. Probably the size difference is really all there is to go by that. But I think Anderson is actually probably the stronger of the two in terms of, you know, getting it done. I think Anderson is probably the go-to man in this team. So it's interesting that they're trying to isolate him and try and target him. As now Jimmy, he wants a bit of revenge after the attack. Here comes Jimmy! And just like his Uncle Umaga, into the corner. And now drops the elbow as well. This is good here by Jimmy. A chance now to really take advantage. I don't think he's got much left in the tank because of all the blood he's lost. He needs to make the most of this right now. You can see Jay, though, in the corner. He hasn't exactly got a hell of a lot left. As Anderson with a counter. Oh, the neck breaker. Huge neck breaker. Now Anderson lining him up, thinking about putting him away for good. Up on the shoulders. He's lining him up for the swivel gun stun. And that surely will be it now. Jimmy's lost a lot of blood. Jay, he's got not much left to get in there. And it's over. Anderson with a gun stun. And gets himself the big win. Well, Gallows and Anderson, you could nearly lock it in now. They could be versing the Usos at Mania. And we could be seeing new tag team champions at Wrestlemania. And they could be members of the club, Gallows and Anderson. We could see the club holding all the gold. Tag champs, world champ. Every member in that club could be a champion. And wouldn't that be a sight to see? Great victory tonight by Gallows and Anderson. Styles will be proud. Finn Balor, I don't know if he'll be exactly thrilled. But anyways, big win for them. We're going to cross to AJ Styles now and find out why he turned on Finn Balor.
With the farm strength, ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect. Ain't nobody breaking this redneck. No, they don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared, no, they don't really want none. And I'm a Mack truck.
Ever since Survivor Series, I've been alongside Finn Balor. I've been his go-to guy. I've been his sidekick. I'm not afraid to say that, because it's true. I've been the guy who does his dirty work. When Finn Balor wanted me to beat someone up, I did it. Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, John Cena, everybody he wanted me to beat, I did it. I beat him, and I beat him good. But the problem with Finn Balor is, and this is the reason why things had to change, is that Finn Balor was all about himself. And every single possible moment, it was always about protecting himself and his championship. It was never about the club. It was never about the group. It was never about, let's try and get Gallows, Anderson, and Styles championships of their own. Finn Balor, he promised me a hell of a lot, and he failed to deliver on absolutely everything. Whenever I needed help, help was not there. Whenever I needed assistance by Finn Balor, he failed to deliver. Finn Balor only cared about himself. And that's why I had to change something about this arrangement. I had to make sure that I protected myself. And when I won the Royal Rumble, I realized it needs to be all about me now. It needs to be all about me. And I need to do whatever I want to do. Finn Balor, the reason why he wanted me to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, because he knows that I am the only man to have beaten him one-on-one. When it comes to Finn Balor, he knows he can't beat me at any time. I have beaten him not once, but twice. Finn Balor, he knows he can't beat me. So when it comes to WrestleMania, he begged me, please, go to Smackdown, challenge for the World Championship, and we'll take over the entire WWE. But you see, Finn Balor, he never promised me any help, any assistance. Finn Balor told me to go to Smackdown and do it all on my own. What kind of club is that? What kind of unity is that? It isn't. Finn Balor once again only cared about himself. So when I had the chance, it was time to make a change. When Gallows and Anderson came back, I told him that things will change with me as the leader. And look what happened tonight. Gallows and Anderson, thanks to me, got an opportunity at the Tag Team Champions, and they're looking as though they're going to get an opportunity at WrestleMania for the Tag Team titles, something that Finn Balor failed to give them ever since SummerSlam. So Finn Balor is not the leader that the club needs. I am the leader that the club needs, and I am the champion that this company needs. And at WrestleMania, I will step in the ring with Finn Balor, and I will prove to him once again that I am better than him. I am the one man he can't beat, and I am phenomenal. And I will be the new WWE champion. Well, AJ Styles wants to be the leader that the club needs, and he wants to overthrow Finn Balor, and he so far has done that successfully. There's only one more thing to take, and that is the championship, and he will get that chance at WrestleMania when they go one-on-one. But first, he'll go one-on-one with this man, Seth Rollins, the man who was the runner-up in the Elimination Chamber. He came so close. Really an all-star performance. It was incredible. He eliminated a number of superstars. But unfortunately for Seth, it was probably the best performance in Elimination Chamber since, well, the one before it, because Dean Ambrose put on an incredible performance as well. But two men who were the MVPs in their chamber match, both men did not win. Now, we can confirm this, ladies and gentlemen, that at WrestleMania, there will be a one-on-one match between Smackdown and Raw. This match will determine which brand gets the first pick in the upcoming WWE draft. So, it will be Smackdown versus Raw, and as far as we know, Christian is very interested in having Seth Rollins. There's a nice start there by Rollins with the single blade. He has expressed interest in having Seth Rollins as the man to represent Raw after his incredible Elimination Chamber performance. So, Rollins looking for a good performance here tonight over AJ Styles to throw his name in the hat and perhaps confirm that selection. If you are new to the series, the WWE Draft always takes place the night after WrestleMania, and it's when the entire WWE, generally except for champions, are eligible to be drafted, and we completely shake up the rosters. So it will be very, very exciting indeed, and we'll find out at WrestleMania which brand has the first pick. It's a bit of a traditional match here in Universe Mode. We always have had the WrestleMania draft pick matches, and traditionally, SmackDown always comes away with the win. So Raw would love a chance to turn that all around and get themselves that win this year. As a nice suplex there by Seth Rollins. So SmackDown have dominated Raw in a lot of the brand versus brand matches. So we'll be interested to see if SmackDown can continue their dominance at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, obviously plenty of history between these two. Seth Rollins a part of, well, the team that went against the Balor Club for a long time. Now it looks as though Styles is going to be the leader of the club. I wonder if Seth Rollins is looking to kind of get a bit of an early head start here and try and shut down this club before it even could begin. Interesting to see, for Seth Rollins watching both members of the club as a nice knee there. Both members of the Balor Club, Styles and Finn Balor, now against each other. Well, it wasn't really Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler and even John Cena who took out the club. It seems as though it was just themselves, just imploded in-house. And, standing shooting star press there by Rollins, nicely executed, looking to get the cover here, perhaps put the Royal Rumble winner away, but he can't though. So Rollins, he worked for months to try and take out the club. He couldn't do it, but looks as though they could be one step away from officially being, completely destroyed. As now, Styles has Rollins up, and what about that? Spinning him around and planting him down for a bit of a powerbomb. Nicely executed there by Styles. Gallows and Anderson ringside for this one, of course. They came out through the announce area during Seth Rollins' entrance, so Gallows already getting himself involved, so it'll be interesting to see how much of an impact they have in this one. As a backbreaker there by Styles on Seth Rollins. Nicely executed there by Styles, and now Styles trying to launch himself off the second with the springboard, but he couldn't quite hit the move. Well, we already saw earlier on with Gallows and Anderson getting a shot of the Usos and a victory. Well, AJ Styles as the leader has already organized probably more for Gallows and Anderson than what Finn Balor did during their entire tenure as the Balor Club. Because, well, during the Balor Club, as we said earlier on, Gallows and Anderson never had a title shot. As, Styles lands on the steel chair, and again there by Seth Rollins. That Luke Gallows brought that chair in. It kind of didn't exactly work out too well for Styles, who landed on the chair and got struck with a standing shooting star press by Rollins. So well, we've already seen Gallows and Anderson kind of get more opportunities with Styles as the leader already. As the super kick comes in, it'll be interesting to see if that does really change things for Gallows and Anderson as Styles is their leader. Will Styles give them more shots? Will Styles be able to organize more of them? Because Styles, obviously being one of the top tier names here on Raw, generally when you're the champion, you got a bit of, a bit of pull with the GM. You can obviously pull a few strings. You can kind of organize a few things. Styles already showcasing that already by helping out Gallows and Anderson earlier on. As now Styles launching himself off the second rope there. Tried to follow it up with a kick, but Rollins able to scoot out of the way, but Styles up to the challenge and does counter. So Finn Balor probably failed as a leader because of that. Failed to really offer too much for his team. As now Rollins, hang on, pedigree! Where did that come from? A pedigree by Rollins, and now could put Styles away. AJ Styles in major trouble. The pedigree, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. Has he done enough to put Styles away? No. Styles kicks out of the pedigree. Rollins didn't really get much offense in leading up to the pedigree, and I think it cost him. Rollins used the pedigree to much success inside the chamber. A lot of eliminations, but wow! Styles struck there by Rollins off the top of the rope. And Seth Rollins continues to really look good here. He needs to keep on wearing down Styles and look to try and put him away with another pedigree. Styles in major trouble. This would be disastrous for Styles to lose here tonight. Just before WrestleMania, he's looking to make a strong impression against Finn Balor. He wants to make sure that he is the man to beat Balor. He's beaten him once in NXT and once on Raw. Would love to do it again. Rollins trying to beat AJ Styles here. Trouble for Styles. Can he kick out? It's a late count. It's a near fall to counter two. Well, as AJ Styles had said earlier on, he's beaten Finn Balor. And Finn Balor, I think, is a little scared of AJ Styles. He's been trying to position himself away from Styles as much as possible to try and make sure that Styles heads to SmackDown if he won the Rumble. And, AJ Styles, I think, has realized the better bet. Why go to SmackDown, an unknown territory, face a man like Brock Lesnar, who's obviously, unstoppable right now. A man he's never faced before here on Universe mode. So why not verse a guy that you've already beaten twice? It makes sense. And Styles went for that phenomenal forearm. He misfired, and that could cost him here. Rollins now strikes AJ to the gut and a clothesline to the outside of the ring. AJ Styles obviously took out Seth Rollins after the match in the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. He threw Rollins out of the ring. Perhaps a bit of revenge there for Rollins. As now Rollins springboarding. Went for the springboard moonsault, but he missed. Just too much on it. And that could be a costly blow there for Seth Rollins as AJ Styles tries to regather, his sense of awareness. Trying to figure out where the hell he is. The referee continues to count now as this match breaks out through the stage and the ramp area. As now Rollins strikes away with these stomps down. Count of 4 by the ref. Seth Rollins trying to do as much damage as possible to AJ Styles here. Trying to wear him down, and a standing shooting star press again. He's used that very well to his advantage. As now the count continues to grow. Drops the knee. We're at a count of 7. I don't think Rollins has really noticed the count. He didn't seem too fazed by it. Still striking away with those elbows. Styles and Rollins, we could be about to see a double count out here. The referee, I don't know if he's stopped counting or what. A count of 8. AJ Styles heard the count. He's going to get back in the ring. Rollins is all of a sudden, he's down. Rollins trying to get up. Count of 9. He's on one knee. Rollins, you got to run back in the ring. You got to get back in. No! He can't do it. He can't do it. He's a second too late. And AJ Styles escapes with a count-out win over Seth Rollins. Well, Rollins, that was a big mistake on his part. He just didn't realize the count. And Seth Rollins is going to lose this match by a count-out tonight. He looked good. He nearly beat Styles. You can see with the pedigree there. Nearly put Styles away. Took it to the outside of the ring to try and wear down Styles a little more. Rollins obviously still feeling the effects of the chamber match. Not 100% either. But he couldn't get the win here tonight. Just didn't have enough energy to get himself back in the ring. As this, hang on. We're back in the ring now. And Rollins has been taken out by Styles. This has continued on. These two have continued the brawl Even though it's a count-out win for Styles, he's not done yet, and he's got the steel chair now. Styles, oh, the referee, get the hell out of there. AJ Styles, oh, a big steel chair shot to the back of Rollins. AJ Styles striking Rollins, and wait a second, Finn Balor, he's not meant to be here. Finn Balor with the right hand to Styles. Balor's here. I thought he wasn't going to be here. Clothesline Styles. And Finn Balor, can you believe it? Well, has he helped Rollins, or is it more about attacking Styles? Well, he gets a bit of revenge here tonight, and that's the match we're going to see at WrestleMania. Balor versus Styles for the WWE Championship. What a match that is going to be. Well, Finn Balor coming to lend a bit of a helping hand and takes out AJ Styles, sending a bit of a friendly reminder to AJ Styles that he is still ready to go and he is ready and prepared for WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video of Universe Mode. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also leave a like to see WrestleMania coming up very soon. I would love to know your feedback on today's episode by leaving a comment below. One last thing before I go, ladies and gentlemen, check out the description down below. Click the SLAMMY Awards nomination thread. Head over to the forums at BrendenPlayz.com/forums and nominate. Select all the people you believe deserve to win each different category. Just pick as many categories as you like and help me decide who is going to be the SLAMMY Award nominees for the upcoming SLAMMY Awards that take place after WrestleMania. Yes, I know that some of the awards could happen for WrestleMania. We'll account for that. Would love to know just the selections for right now heading in towards WrestleMania. I like to think that I've got a good memory, but sometimes I need some assistance in picking some of the category nominees. Hope you guys can do that for me. If you could, that would be really appreciated. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you all in the next episode coming up very soon.